This chapter is told from Ned Stark's point of view. He's the Lord of Winterfell, head of House Stark, and Warden of the North. He's known for his loyalty, sense of duty, and calm nature. The story picks up as King Robert Baratheon visits Winterfell for the first time in years, bringing along his whole royal court. And he's not just here for a reunion. There's something big brewing. The royal party rolled into Winterfell like a storm of gold and steel. Hundreds of knights, bannermen, and free-riders flooded through the gates, banners flying with the crowned stag of House Baratheon. Ned recognized many of them. There was Jaime Lannister, the Kingslayer, with his shiny golden hair, Sandor Clegane, the Hound, with that gruesome burnt face, and of course, Prince Joffrey, the spoiled heir to the throne. Then came Tyrion Lannister, the short man with the sharp wit, the imp. But the man leading them, wearing white-cloaked Kingsguard at his side, seemed like a stranger, until he jumped off his horse and crushed Ned in a massive bear hug. It was Robert Baratheon, his old friend, but definitely not the same man Ned once knew. The Robert of 15 years ago had been a war machine, tall, muscular, bold, the stuff of legends. Now he was bloated, tired-looking, and smelled more like perfume than leather and blood. Time hadn't been kind. Still, Ned greeted him with honor. "Winterfell is yours," he said. Robert's queen, Cersei Lannister, arrived behind in a massive wheelhouse that couldn't even fit through the gates. Her kids trailed after her, and Ned kissed her ring politely while Robert wrapped Ned's wife, Catelyn, in a warm hug. The formalities went smoothly, until Robert surprised Ned with a request. "Take me down to the crypt." He wanted to see Lyanna, Ned's sister, Robert's lost love. Ned didn't need to ask why. He simply called for a lantern. Cersei tried to object, saying they should rest first. But one look from Robert shut her up. Jaime gently pulled her away, and Robert followed Ned into the cold, winding steps beneath Winterfell. As they walked into the dark, Robert ranted about the north. The emptiness, the snow, the endless trees. He complained like always, but there was affection in it. Ned gave short replies, but he felt that old chill in the crypt. Stone walls, stone pillars, and rows of dead Starks. Silent watchers from another age. They stopped at 3 tombs. Rickard Stark, Ned's father, and his 2 children, Brandon, the true heir who died before his wedding, and Lyanna, the girl Robert was supposed to marry. "She was more beautiful than that," Robert whispered as he looked at the statue carved in her image. He touched her cold cheek gently, like she might come back to life if he tried hard enough. And then he said it. "Did you have to bury her here? She deserved more than darkness." Ned stayed calm. She was a Stark of Winterfell. This is her place. Robert wanted to imagine her resting under a tree in the sun. But Ned remembered her real end. The fever, the blood, the whispered, "Promise me, Ned," as she lay dying. It haunted him. He'd held her until her last breath. That moment had changed everything. He didn't speak of it, just said she liked flowers. Robert stared down at her. "I vowed to kill Rhaegar for what he did to her." "And you did," Ned reminded him. "Only once," Robert said, bitterly. Robert had smashed Rhaegar Targaryen's chest in during the Battle of the Trident, right where his ruby-decorated armor shone. The river had run red, and soldiers fought over the rubies like they were treasure. But Robert still dreamed of killing him every night. After a moment of silence, Ned said gently, "We should return. Your wife will be waiting." "The others take my wife," Robert grumbled. "And if I hear your grace again, I'll have your head." Ned just smiled. They were more than king and bannerman. They were brothers in arms. Then came talk of John Arryn, the king's mentor and Ned's father figure. He had died suddenly, too fast. Ned asked about his widow, Lysa, and Robert admitted she'd taken their young son, Robert Arryn, and fled to the Eyrie without permission. He was angry. "I'm sworn to protect that boy, but how can I if she runs off with him?" Ned offered to take the boy as a ward, but it was too late. Tywin Lannister had already been promised the honor, and Robert didn't want to offend him. "That's because you don't sleep with a Lannister," Robert said, laughing. Echoed off the crypt walls, bouncing around the ears of the dead. Then he dropped the real reason for his visit. "I have need of you, Ned." Ned knew what was coming before he heard it. He tried to dodge, mentioning the wall, his brother Benjen, and northern duties, but Robert wasn't having it. "The wall can wait. John Arryn is dead. I need someone I trust. I want you to be the hand of the king." It was an honor as heavy as the Iron Throne itself. Second only to the king, the hand made the decisions, led the armies, wrote the laws. And it was the last thing Ned wanted. He dropped to one knee. "I am not worthy of the honor." Robert waved him off. "Don't flatter yourself. I'm going to work you to death when I drink myself into an early grave." He joked that the commoners said, "The king eats and the hand takes the shit." His laughter shook the crypt, while the stone faces stared in judgment. Robert offered more than power. He wanted to join their houses. "I have a son, Joffrey. You have a daughter, Sansa. Let's betroth them." That part shocked Ned. Sansa was only 11, but Robert insisted it could wait a few years. "Just don't keep me waiting too long." Ned asked for time to speak with Catelyn, and Robert agreed. He pulled Ned to his feet, but deep inside, Ned felt a chill beyond the cold of the crypt. Something wasn't right. He looked around at the statues, the eyes of dead Starks seeming to watch him. This was his home, his place. His ancestors were telling him something. And in that silence, he remembered. Winter is coming. So, that was Chapter 4 of A Game of Thrones. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon so you never miss the next chapter. And if you haven't watched the earlier chapters, click here to check them out.